Hello, my name is AJ Fox. I use they, them pronouns. I'm the Director of Religious Education here at First UU. I am a pale and what folks might call lanky, generally human with freckles and red hair, and I'm wearing kind of like a 80s-ish thrift store ensemble today. It has like a red sweater with gray stripes. It's pretty good. Today I'm here to share a story. It is a true story, as true as stories like this might be. But this particular retelling comes to us via Janine K. Groschmeyer, who is a Unitarian Universalist educator and kind of historical story writer. Many years ago, in the land of Transylvania, that's where our theological people come from, if you're new around here. Transylvania, it's a little spooky, but we'll roll with it. Many years ago, in the land of Transylvania, in a mountain valley watered by quick rushing streams and shadowed by great forests of beech trees, there was a village of small wooden houses with dark shingled roofs. The people in the village were of the Unitarian religion, and they wanted a church of their own. A church set high on the hillside, they decided, looking down upon the village as a mother looks down upon her sleeping child. So all the people of the village labored long and hard to build themselves a church. The stonemasons hammered sharp chisels to cut great blocks of gray stone and set the stones into stout and sturdy walls. The glazers made tiny glass panes and fitted them neatly into the windows with leaded lines. The foresters sawed tall beech trees into enormous beams and laid the trusses for the ceiling, then covered the roof with close-fitting wooden shingles that wouldn't leak a drop of rain. The carpenters carved wood for the pair of wide-opening doors, setting them on strong pegs so the doors hung straight and square. A bell was brought from a faraway city and hoisted by ropes with a heave and a hoe to the top of the tower. And the weavers wove fine cloths for the altar table, cloths embroidered with flowers and edged with lace. The smiths hammered black iron into tall lampstands and hammered thin bronze into shining oil lamps. And finally, when the building of the church was done, the painting of the church could begin. The painters mixed bright colors, royal red and shimmering gold and brilliant blue, and everyone in the village, old and young, women and men, boys and girls, and people of all ages came to decorate the church. And they painted flowers, they painted trees, they painted designs around the windows and different designs around the doors. And at the end of the day, when it was finished, when their church was finally done, all of the people of the village stood back to admire it, and then to sing a song of happiness and praise. Their village had a church now, a church set on a hillside looking down upon the village as a mother looks down upon her sleeping child. "We will eat now," announced the elder of the village, because everyone was hungry from their long day's work, as if that's, it might have been multiple days. "And later tonight, we will come back to pray." So the people of the village went down the hillside to their homes and their suppers, except for one little girl named Zora and her father, who stayed behind. They had already brought their own cheese and bread. And they ate their food slowly, sitting on the grass on the hillside and admiring their new church with its strong stone walls and its tall tower and its magnificent bell. After they had eaten, they went back inside, opening those carved wooden doors to go into the gloriously painted sanctuary inside. "Oh, look, Father," Zora cried, running from picture to picture with her footsteps echoing off the stone walls. "See how pretty the church is." And she stopped at the center of the church and twirled slowly around. "See how grand?" "Yes, it is," said her father, looking around and nodding with pride. "Yes, it is." "But Father," she said suddenly, "we have not finished." "What do you mean?" "There are tall iron lampstands on the walls, but there are no lamps. The church will be dark when the people come back." "Ah, no, little one," said her father. "The light of the church comes from its people, you shall see." And he rang the bell to call the people to worship. And he took his daughter by the hand and led her back outside, and they waited on the grassy hillside next to their beautiful church of strong gray stone. The sun had set behind the mountains, and night was coming. Yet in the growing darkness, tiny points of light came from many directions and moved steadily up the hill. Each family is entrusted with a lamp, little one, her father explained. Each family lights its own way here. Where is our family's lamp? Your mother is carrying it, and she will be here soon. The many lights moved closer together, gathering into one moving stream, all headed the same way, growing larger and brighter all the time. Zora's mother arrived, bearing a burning oil lamp in her hands. The father lifted Zora so that she could set the family's lamp high on its tall iron stand. All around the church, other families were doing the same. And soon the church was ablaze with light in every corner, for all the people of the village had gathered to pray and sing. All through the worship service, Zora watched the lights flicker and glow. She watched her family's lamp most of all. When the service was over, her father lifted her high, and she took the shining bronze lamp from the lampstand. Its curved sides were warm and smooth in her hands, and her mother carried the lamp home with the flame lighting the way. The lamp flame lit their home when they returned home. Zora washed her face and got ready for bed by the light of that flame. Mother, Zora began, as she climbed into bed and lay down. Yes, little one, her mother asked, tucking the red wool blanket around Zora's shoulders. Father said the light of the church comes from its people. Yes, but also the people take their light from the church. Over the table by the fireplace, the shiny bronze lamp was still burning. And we have that light every day. Yes, indeed, said her mother. And even when we are not in church, even when the lamp is not lit, we carry the light of truths in our mind and the flame of love in our hearts to show us the right way to be. That light, the light from truth and love, will never go out. Never, asked Zora. Never, said her mother, and this bronze lamp will last for many, many years. When you are grown, we will give the bronze lamp to you, and when your children are grown, you will give the bronze lamp to them, and all of you will carry it back and forth to the church every time. But there's only one lamp, Zora said. So make another, and let the light grow. Someday tell your children to make more lamps too. And now, good night, her mother said, and kissed Zora once on this cheek, and once on that cheek, and once on the forehead. And Zora closed her eyes and drifted into dreams, while her mother looked down upon her sleeping child. And the years passed, and Zora grew, and the bronze lamp came into her care, and she kept it polished and clean. And when the bell rang across the valley to call people to worship, she carried the lamp back and forth to the church on the hillside, the flame always lighting her way. And when the time came, she made more lamps and gave them to her children, who made more lamps and gave them to their children. And so it went on through the years until even today. And always, the light of truth and the flame of love from that Unitarian church on the hillside continued to grow and to show them and us the way. That's the end of the story. Now I'm supposed to say,